Good day, folks. We're looking at my 75 gallon that has about 65 fish in it. I kid you not, it's 65 fish. So I'm going to outline the plan. That will be to remove the 407, you can see the stem on the right, and the FX6, the stem that's on the left. And you can also see the output of the FX6 in the top left. And you can also see the output of the 407. So I'm going to remove the 407 and the FX6 and put in another CChem title that you can just barely see back there. One of the reasons for doing this is to save some electricity. No fault on Fluval's part, but finances on this end aren't good. So neither's health, having some issues, getting up there in years. So if I remove, I have calculated, if I remove the FX6 and the Fluval 407, I'll reduce my power consumption from about 80 watts down to 24 for two CChem Tidal 110s. And hopefully we'll have ample filtration. I'm a big fan of the CChem Tidal 110s for hang-on backs, so this is where we're going. According to aqadvisor.com, stocking is at about 85%, and filtration is like over 555% for this tank. Kind of explains why nitrates are less than 5. The only reason I take water out of here is to clean the filters. Otherwise it's doing its job. pH is steady around 7, maybe just a tad higher than 7. And of course, ammonia and nitrites are both 0 in this case. I'm pretty happy with the plants. On the top there's a Fluval Aqua Sky 48 inch, and there's also a Fluval Planted Spectrum 3 36 inch, which probably explains why the plants are doing much better this time. If you've seen my other videos, you've probably seen the feeding on the other tanks. The 40 gallon no longer is here. Everything that was in the 40 went into this tank. That's the reason it looks so full. All the fish from this tank were sold to a dealer in Bedford who apparently knows Joey, King of DIY, and he acquired some of my Denisoni barbs, which is kind of trippy when you see your fish on somebody else's tank in somebody else's video. But that's okay. That was inspiration to start to do this. All the fish that are in this tank came from my 5 that was heavily planted, and the 40 of course, and from my 20 long. I'll give you a quick shot of the 20 long. There's tons and tons of glare here, I do apologize. So this is the 20 long, heavily planted as well, full of shrimp and marbled crayfish. That's an interesting tank. There's probably 100 shrimp in there, and there's got to be at least 10 marbled crayfish that you can see. If I could see in the dark, I'd see a lot more of them, but the bigger they get, the more likely you are to see them growing around the tank. If you look closely, you'll see a crayfish down in there. Right there. I don't know if I can get him to move or what. Looks like it's me. I'm the only one doing the moving. But anyways, he's in there. Sorry for the reflections. Part of the plan is to remove the 407, clean it up, and dry out the C-Chem matrix that's in it, and just basically sell the 407. The 406 has some fluval biomax in there, so for my needs in the C-Chem Title 110, I'll be taking the seeded biomax out of the FX6 when I clean that, and install some of it into the C-Chem Title 110. I'll leave the FX6 running even with the diminished amount of fluval biomax, just to ensure that everything gets seeded well and there's no ammonia spikes and anything like that. And I'll document that as well. So here's a minute of fish. I'm going to move the whole tripod here, so there's a beautiful pleco right there. That's a starlight pleco. I don't know any L numbers, so it is what it is. It's a bristle nose. Love my rummy nose. There's 16 of them in there. They all hide over in the far corner. That's okay. At dawn and at dusk, they all come out and ride the front like that. They all enjoy a bit of current, even the ember tetras. This is basically a tetra tank. Ember tetras, black neon tetras, rummy nose tetras, bristle nose, glow lights. So we'll see you on the other side.